So back in 2005, an author named Xu Feng made this really strange promise. He said he was going to reveal a secret reality, something he called an antimatter world. But to unlock it, well, he needed two very specific and, frankly, very unusual things from his followers. Today, we're going to break down that wild announcement.
Right out of the gate, the announcement just grabs you with this powerful hook. He's not just talking about a new philosophy. No, this is an invitation to a world that's the complete opposite of our own, a place of infinite yearning, as he puts it. It really sets the stage for something big.
So, what was this other world he was promising exactly? Let's take a look at the massive vision he laid out for everyone.
He calls his destination the antimatter world. Now, if you're thinking about physics, hold on. It's pretty clear he's using the term as a metaphor for a spiritual plane of existence. This wasn't just a new way of thinking. He was describing a literal pathway to higher realms of life, places with names like the Thousand-Year Realm and even the Realm of Ultimate Bliss.
So, how in the world did he plan to reveal all this? Well, his foundation for it is a real head-turner. He claimed it was a combination of the teachings of Jesus, the wisdom of the Buddha, and, get this, the discoveries of modern science. What an ambitious and unexpected mix, right?
But here's the catch. Before he could write a single word about this antimatter world, he said there were two very specific conditions that absolutely had to be met first.
Yep, just two conditions. But these were not your typical requests. He claimed they were absolutely necessary for him to fully enter that antimatter world himself so he could then bring its secrets back to his followers. And here they are. First, he said he needed the collective energy of 100 followers. Why? To open the floodgates of inspiration. Second, he needed one single assistant to completely take over his secular life, to free him from every single worldly distraction.
He even had this really unique term for his followers, Zen Academy Grass. And it wasn't just a nickname. It actually framed them as a collective energy source, like a whole field of grass that was essential for his spiritual work to even get started.
So that second condition, the need for an assistant, it led to what has to be one of the most unusual job applications ever written. He wasn't just looking for some help. He was looking for a very, very specific kind of person.
The requirements for this assistant are just a fascinating mix of the practical and the profound. I mean, on one hand, you got to know how to drive and speak English. But on the other hand, you had to have zero worldly ties, be in perfect health, and be ready to dedicate your entire life to his Life Zen Academy. And what about the pay? Well, the author would provide all the essentials: food, clothing, a place to live, transportation. But a salary? Nope, absolutely none. The motivation to take this job had to be completely non-material. And he actually explained why there was no salary. He put it plainly: I cannot guarantee anything. The real reward, he was suggesting, was spiritual. It was all about personal comprehension and even telepathy. So this was a role for someone who believed so deeply in the future he was building that, earthly pay was just totally irrelevant. Okay, so finally, before he could even start writing, he assigned some homework. And this wasn't just for his potential assistant, but for all of his followers to get their minds ready for what was coming.
He called this reading list the Prelude to his antimatter world. The whole point was to create this shared foundation of knowledge, to prepare his followers for the really complex ideas he was about to introduce.
And what a list it is, seriously. You've got books on quantum physics and cosmology, like Stephen Hawking's famous A Brief History of Time, sitting right alongside the core sacred texts of Christianity, Buddhism, and Taoism. He was basically asking his followers to find the hidden threads connecting modern science and ancient spirituality.
When you step back and look at it, this whole announcement is just this incredible blend of the mystical and the mundane. It's a quest for a higher realm of existence that, when you get right down to it, depended on finding someone who could speak English and drive a car. It really leaves you with a question, doesn't it? What are the hidden practical realities that support even the most out-there spiritual journeys?